I'm Tim Clark, the Film Commissioner for the Buffalo Niagara region of Western New York, and I am filling in this month in this Behind the Camera segment for Cindy Abbott Letro. We're here at the opening of Great Point Studios here on the Buffalo's west side, and let's now hear from the Chairman of the Board at Rich Products, Robert Rich Jr.
And we're thrilled to welcome you all today. Mr. Mayor, honored guests, what an exciting event for our hometown of Buffalo. This has been a few years in the making, and we're just thrilled that you all could be here with us today. I want to tell you before I introduce Robbie Halmi, I just want to give you a little bit about background. We actually have quite a few things in common, Robbie and I. We both are rumored to have had very prestigious fathers who were entrepreneurs in their own particular specialties. Mine in the field of food, and Robbie's in the creation of new media for television and for movies, and creating a new industry. So we're both juniors. We both followed in big footsteps and created a few footsteps of our own. We have a lot of things in common. We both love the outdoors, but most importantly, we're both ex-hockey players, and most importantly of all, we're both ex-goaltenders. So for those of you who don't play hockey, you don't know what that means. We speak in a particular tongue that's unbeknownst to any of you who haven't played. A look, a glance, just a pat on the ass. We know things that you mere mortals don't understand. So it's thrilling for me to team up with Robbie for an evening like this. We have some special guests who I want to give a shout out to. In honor of Robbie's day today, we invited some Buffalo royalty from the Buffalo Sabres. New head coach Lindy Ruff is here. And somewhere Larry Playfair and Danny Tickets himself, Danny Gare is here somewhere. Are those so we're actually giving Robbie another look. It's never too late for a goaltender to make a comeback. So let me tell you a few things about Robbie Halmi. This guy is a legend in his own right. He was CEO of 4 different companies, for the first one at the age of 25. He started Hallmark Studios and turned it from a little studio into a mega studio that created 2,000 hours of content. He lives in a world of Emmys and Golden Globes. The Hallmark Studios, under Robbie's tutelage as CEO, founder and CEO, had over 400 Emmy nominations and won 137 Emmys, and they also won several Golden Globes as well. In addition to that, he has 400 different film projects that he created, including my very favorite in the 1980s, which is still my favorite, which was Lonesome Dove. My favorite character being Blue Duck, but I will tell you about why that is later on. He had, along the way, Robbie has had many projects, but he has a dream for his industry. He dreamed of starting a company that would have the ability to produce movies and television in studios around the country that could create and fill a growing need, not only in the United States, but around the world. And that was the onus of his new operations, which led to new studios in Yonkers, New York, which started in 2022, and now has opened, and also in new facilities in Atlanta. And they are just setting all kinds of records. And Buffalo was his choice to come to Buffalo and create the magic that he's doing around the country. And I'm just thrilled on behalf of all of us here in Buffalo that we will become part of the Great Point Network. And today's ribbon cutting means a great deal to me for that reason. Robbie, you have created a great team. I'd like you to come up here and take this microphone, and I'd like you to open this in front of your new friends, and I think you walk around. We couldn't fit you for a Sabres jersey right away, but not to be outdone, Michael Buchkowski from the Buffalo Bisons created Robbie, we are thrilled that you chose to bring your team from Great Point to Buffalo.
My hockey jersey number. That's what you get.
There you go. We're thrilled that you chose to come to Buffalo, and I want to welcome you on behalf of all of us. You're now a Buffalonian, and I want to welcome you as another junior to the neighborhood.
Thank you very much. Well, I got my jersey. I don't really need to stay anymore. So, but thank you, Bob, for those incredibly generous and kind words. I had a very exciting time working with my father for 40 years. I know Bob had a great relationship with his father, and it is something to be said for father and son relationships and how that all works out. I will tell you one thing. Bob might not like to hear this, but I did play hockey since I was a little kid. My father finally got me into a really good school with a great program in high school. And when I came for my first day of tryouts, he said, "So what position are you going to play?" And I told him, "Well, I'm going to be the goaltender. I think I could be the starting goaltender by next year." And he looked at me and he said, "You know, the only position in hockey that's dumber than goaltender is the puck." But he came to every game, and I still think I have a shot. I know the coach is back there. I don't know. You never know. But we are so excited that this moment is here. And one of the reasons that we selected Buffalo as a site for we're only going to build 7 facilities in the world, and this is one of the 7, is because when we came here, we realized, and having really talked to other filmmakers who have shot here, that Buffalo is unusual in how warm and how much people love filmmaking and are so great to companies and films and talent when they come up here to shoot. And this is like a filmmaker's sort of dream to come to Buffalo and make projects here, because everyone is so incredibly wonderful up here. And you can see from this turnout, that you're excited about us building the studio here. We have such a great turnout, and that's really one of the draws to filming here, is how excited you guys are. And really, for a program, a brick and mortar studio to work, you need a few things. You need that kind of community support. You need government support, which we have with Mayor Brown. He's been incredible. He's paved the way for us to get this done. You need some local partners who really support what you're doing. We have that with Bob and Mindy Rich. We were lucky to have Larry Quinn build the facility for us and supervise this, because he's done it before and he knew how to do it here in Buffalo. So we had the A team on our side, and it really shows when you take a tour of this facility. This is our flagship. There is no studio that we own or manage that looks better, that will work better than the studio right here. It's just a spectacular accomplishment, and I'm very proud of the team for doing it. It's really incredible. So thank you, team, for getting this done. And at Great Point, we're not trying to be the biggest. We're not the biggest. We try to use our expertise in making films. My team's been with me for 40 years. We've made $2 billion worth of film for television, and we think we know how to produce stuff. And we're using that expertise to build a better studio environment. We're going to have the best equipment here, the top technology. Anything a filmmaker wants will be right here. We're going to have incredible set building right on campus here. And we think this footprint will really grow as people come and use it. It's really, I think it's really going to start to take off, and I think you'll see it take off pretty quickly. We have a show that we're going to announce tonight that took occupancy today as we open. They'll be shooting here in the next couple of weeks. It's a show called The Panic. It's being produced by Michael Mailer. It stars Carrie Elways and Malcolm McDowell. It's being directed by Daniel Adams, and it's our first film. They're going to get some of the floors dirty and make some films here. It's going to be incredible. So we're excited about that. We will make them fix anything they break in the making of this film, and we have lined up a pretty nice roster of films that are going to come in later in the year that we'll be able to talk about as time goes on, and we're convinced this is going to be a success. It's going to be a little filmmaker's paradise finally with a purpose-built studio, and we're just so excited to be here. I know we have a couple other people here that actually have made a lot of films and gotten a lot of awards as well. We've got Tom Fontana is in the audience somewhere. Yeah, he's in the back hiding. He spent the first, he's a Buffalo native, as you all know. He spent the first part of his life here. He's still very involved in the schools, and we happened to snag him while he was on a visit to come here, but we're going to definitely talk him into using our facilities here before he leaves tonight. And I think Stephen Henderson is also somewhere right there, so you'll recognize him. We got movie stars in the crowd. And we definitely want actors the caliber of Stephen Henderson working here in Buffalo. And he lives here and loves it, and we're definitely going to talk him into working for free in the Buffalo studios for a Tom Fontana in his next big series. But we're so excited. I'm just happy to be here. And again, the support we got from Mayor Brown is incredible. He is so pro-film, so pro-arts, so pro-business. And I think he told me to say that he's a brilliant, very handsome, incredible mayor who's also going to be starring with Stephen Henderson in the Tom Fontana production here next year. With that, I'd like to turn it over to our mayor. Thank you very much.
It's a good thing when you write a script and they read it like you wrote it. So, not having been a goaltender like Bob Rich or Robbie Harty, I do have some notes because I don't have the memory that they have. But I want to thank Robbie Harty and his partners for believing in Buffalo and for investing in Buffalo. And you heard Robbie say that of all of their studios, this studio here in Buffalo is the flagship. Let's give him another round of applause. I want to thank Bob Rich, the senior chairman of Rich Products, and Mindy Rich, chairman of Rich Products Corporation, for all they do and all that they have done in the city of Buffalo. I want to recognize a great developer in our community that did a tremendous job on this studio, Larry Quinn. And we have, I think, the best film commissioner in the United States of America in Tim Clark. I also want to recognize John Scardino, the upstate business agent of IATSE, who I think is here somewhere. This is a huge addition to the arts in the city of Buffalo. The opening of Great Point Studios will grow our city's reputation as a filmmaking destination. Buffalo has a tradition of embracing creativity and innovation. Great Point Studios will play a major role in helping Buffalo to become one of the most sought-after film destinations in the country. Yeah, I said that, in the country. Earlier this month, we were honored to have Academy Award-winning filmmaker and director Guillermo del Toro share a video message with us at my annual State of the City address. He passionately spoke about Buffalo's continued transformation. He talked about Buffalo's beautiful landscape, historic architecture, affordable production costs. You know, that's how he can get people like Stephen McKinley Henderson and me to work for free in films. He talked about the great cultural diversity that keeps him and other filmmakers coming back to the city of Buffalo. Over the years, our city has been home to several notable movie productions, attracting well-known actors and writers like Chadwick Boseman, Bradley Cooper, Kate Hudson, and Buffalo's own Tom Fontana and Stephen McKinley Henderson. Let's give them a round of applause again. And we know that arts and film is economic development. This is a major economic development driver for the city of Buffalo. And as mayor of the city of Buffalo, speaking on behalf of our city council and the Niagara District Council member, David Rivera is here. We want to thank Robbie Harty and all of the partners for making this happen, believing in our community, and anything that we can do to help you be successful, you can count on your partners in government. Thank you all very much. So we have, so I think Bob Rich already did this, but Robbie, we want to make you an honorary Buffalonian, like we did with Guillermo del Toro. So Robbie Harty is now an honorary Buffalonian and Buffalo champion. So let's give our honorary Buffalonian a great big round of applause. One of the partners is Femi Zico. Femi, thank you very much. You are also an honorary Buffalonian. And two special Buffalonians. We're going to give them the Living Legends Award. This is to Bob and Mindy Rich. And now I'm going to turn the microphone over to Yoni. Oh, our New York State Film Commissioner, Yoni Bokser, is here. Yoni, thank you for joining us tonight.
First, I want to thank the mayor for also using notes.
You weren't a goalie either, huh?
No, tennis. Good afternoon, everyone, or should I say good evening. Thank you, Robert Halmi, Bob and Mindy, Rich, and the mayor, and all your teams and everyone here for what they do to attract and support film and TV production to Western New York and this region. On behalf of New York State, I'm here to extend Governor Kathy Hochul Empire State Development Commissioner Hope Knight, congratulations on this great project and this new flagship. As Mayor Brown mentioned, my name is Yoni Bokser. I oversee the New York State Governor's Office of Motion Picture and Television Development, working very closely, obviously, with Tim and Rich here in the local office. Our mission is to attract and support business to New York State, especially film and TV production, joined here by my state colleagues, Karen Utz and Mo Sumundu, who do economic development focused on Western New York. As many of you may know or may not know, Governor Hochul has prioritized the film and TV industry, and through her leadership, productions coming to Western New York and basing out of film studios like this have one of the most competitive tax credit programs in the world. This includes 40% on qualified expenses and other enhancements, including extending the annual allocation from $420 million to $700 million through 2034, and ensuring that producers get paid faster once a project is complete and audited. Over 30 competing state film incentives, the New York State program is unique in that it requires productions to build sets on qualified sound stages. This leads to facilities like this and permanent investment and growth in your communities. The tax credit program has proved extremely successful. As a recent report said, for every $1 in state incentive, $1.70 is generated in state and local taxes, and $13 is generated in GDP. The program supports more than 65,000 jobs throughout the state. In addition to this program, our office helps with a location library of locations throughout the state, the New York Entertainment Workforce Diversity Grant Program to train the next generation of amazing crew working with union leaders, and a directory of local diverse small businesses to ensure the economic development stays in our communities. Over 90% of the vendors that work on film and TV productions are small businesses. And when we qualify sound stages like this, we see over 130 throughout the state, including 10 in this region from Buffalo Filmworks, WNED students, and now this. The opening of this facility is a testament to the work that you've all done here and the fact that Western New York is a success story for film and TV production. Everyone knows from A Quiet Place 2, Marshall, and The Purge, and more. Just a few economic stats. In 2012, there were 2 large-scale independent film productions here with 280 jobs in 25 shoot days. By 2019, thanks to all your hard work, that rose to 10 productions, representing 130 shoot days and 1,400 hires. All told, in the past 10 years, the state has incentivized over 65 projects to Western New York, representing more than 12,000 hires and $240 million in economic activity. Purpose-built facilities like this will only catapult Buffalo farther in the world as a film facility. We know from Robert's experience and his innovation that this will be a success. As he mentioned, they already have clients here. These offices will soon be filled with electricians, painters, truck drivers, all the people that make film and TV production happen. And that's why people love filming in Buffalo, because of all the great assets your city has, from locations to crew to the warm welcome that everyone gets here. Congratulations to you all on this great day.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
What a perfect night for Buffalo's film industry here at Great Point Media and Buffalo's West Side. For Behind the Camera and Cindy Abbott Letro, I'm Tim Clark, the Film Commissioner. We'll see you next time on Behind the Camera.